This is Detroit Reef Club, Michigan's largest importer of coral. They are also home to many amazing fish. As well as that, it's a cutting-edge aquaculture center. Detroit Reef Club is a place where not only can you shop their premium selection online, but you can also visit the store in person Friday to Sunday. They have thousands of coral frags to choose from and some insane fish you won't see anywhere else. So strap on your oxygen tanks because we are about to go on an underwater adventure right in our home state of Michigan. Let's dive into it.
Good morning, guys, and welcome to the vlog. I am super excited today. Obviously, I'm here with Steve, and we are at his place, the Detroit Reef Club. Everything that's here is really cool, but he's got some really, really cool surprises. So
some really cool coral. We had a couple shipments that just came in, but a super duper rare fish.
That's a lot of supers and a lot of dupers.
It's the rarest fish I've ever bought, the rarest fish that's ever been here, and it's one of the most expensive fish in the hobby. It's so cool. I can't explain.
I tell you what, it's cold.
You're
let's
right.
get inside and let's see some cool stuff.
Let's go.
All right, now that we're inside,
it's a lot warmer.
It is a lot warmer, and this place is amazing. But I love that as soon as you walk in, you see these guys, which we have a bunch of those at Legacy. Not that many, but they're super cool. And you know what? If I had a tank, I'd definitely be putting some of those in there.
We just got those guys in. I think we got like 40 or 50 of the firefish. Very peaceful, reef friendly. And basically, the whole place is everything in here is reef friendly. This is obviously Detroit Reef Club. 10,000 gallons total. We do a lot of propagation ourselves. Let's just walk through and see some of the live coral on display. Never-ending eye candy here. So there's literally thousands of coral. We're not into columns. A lot of coral too. Like I said, we'll get large mother colonies, and we'll cut them up, break them up, and propagate them here.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can see all the square. Those are ours, you know. So we do propagation in the back. So we try to be as regenerative as possible with stuff. It takes time. It takes a lot of skill, but you know, the guys here know what they're doing. And that's what we do, a lot of that. So we try to do as much of that as possible. We have to bring in wild caught, obviously, because some stuff you have to start with it, but we try to cut it up as small as possible, grow it, so we're not bringing it in again, you know, from the wild.
I see a bunch of different types here, like some is moving.
Right.
And then others looks more like a rock.
Right, so there's like soft corals, hard corals, there's SPS, LPS. SPS is small polyp stonies, so they're basically like a skeleton. Like this is a good example. It doesn't have any soft tissue, just a tentacle. So when that passes away, it's a hard skeleton behind. You'll see like dead coral skeletons. That's that. Soft corals, mushrooms. There's a ton over there. We'll get into mushrooms. There's a really cool blue mushroom.
Oh, you know, man, just on the rock like that.
I love it.
That is crazy.
It's actually an anemone. So they're called mushrooms. They're called mushroom anemones. So each one is a separate animal. There's a mouth in the middle. They split and they move. So they can actually move around. So that's what makes them a little bit different.
That is actually really cool.
Corals like this are LPS, which are large polyp stonies, hammers, frog spawns, torches, bubble coral. They have a skeletal as well, but they open up really big. It's just a little bit easier to keep. These are going to be our next corals at the Reef Club. They're going to be mostly LPS because they're easier to keep than the SPS, I might say. We'll walk through. We see some really rare coral and a very, very special fish. So somewhere.
Well, I see a really cool fish in here.
Yeah, this is my guy. Yeah,
is this your pet?
Right. It is. I've had it for like 5 years actually.
He is very cool. So is it a black tang?
It's a koi tang. So it's actually a little bit different. It's kind of a hybrid. It's one of those fish that everyone looks different. Everyone's a piece of art, you might say. And this guy I've had many offers in the thousands for this guy. and I'm not gonna sell him. He's my guy.
Rightfully so. He's
Yeah,
super
he's
cool.
so cool.
Does he have a name?
I don't name fish.
No,
That's what I
yeah,
don't
is
do.
that what it is? You
Yeah.
name him and that's the death sentence?
Right, so I don't wanna.
That makes sense.
I just call him cool fish guy.
Yes, he is. Oh my
But look
God,
at that.
Look at, yeah, with the blue face. Wow, I didn't even notice that until he hit the certain light. I thought he was just all black.
He's beautiful.
That
He's
is
so,
really
and he'll
cool.
change at different moods. He'll get lighter. The blue will get bluer. The black can get blacker and lighter. So it's, again, a koi tang. It's transferring all the time. Super rare. I love that fish. It's, again.
I can see why.
Yeah, he's staying here.
What's something like that big? Plate?
Something like that. So like we try not to sell really huge pieces like that. Well, we cut them up, but something like that can go for anywhere $800 to $1,200 depending on the species. But that's another coral that we could cut up 100 times and let the mother continue to grow and offer smaller pieces. Because one, very expensive when they're big. Two, most people don't have tanks that big, you know. So we'll still get them that coral and let them grow, you know, themselves.
That is super cool.
This
Oh,
is
here's a
cool
guy.
tank. So this is a Soho tank. Very cool.
Soho?
Soho, yeah.
Soho.
It can get kind of aggressive. It's a beautiful reef fish. I don't know if I want to put one in the reef at Legacy just because sometimes they become aggressive, but bridge tank or the artificial tank, we can definitely get those guys in there. Beautiful fish.
Yeah, that is super cool.
Here's a whole bunch of rose anemones. So these guys are something we want to get with the clownfish.
Oh,
Look at those
yeah.
guys. So how cool is that?
Really
Beautiful.
Cool. Is that a bubble tip?
Yeah, it's a bubble
Okay.
tip. Yeah,
See,
exactly.
I'm learning.
Rose. Yeah, it has the little tips on them,
Yep.
you might say. Beautiful color. Those guys are great. They do really well in captivity. They split really easy. As long as you just leave them alone, a few months goes by and you can double them up. And
And
get
those
pretty
come
big.
in a bunch of different colors.
They do. These are the most, they come in some insane colors. Different shades of red and green, red and orange, even some yellow in there. There's a million names for them. It's like every time there's a new color morph,
Yeah, okay. Makes
you know,
sense.
someone creates a different name and it's
Yep.
$3,000. You know what I mean?
Gotta love it.
Right. So they're really, really cool. A lot of this tank is just stuff we fragged and grown right here.
We got shrimps.
Yeah, so we got these guys at Legacy. Cleaner shrimp, we got
Yes,
some
look at
blood
all
shrimp
they're
in
so
there.
cute.
They're so cool. And these are the candies. All
Candy?
cleaner shrimp, candy stripe. Again, just a parasite eater. Every reef tank should have a few shrimp, so we try to have them available for everybody here. Rows and rows of coral and fish mixed in, just because you got to have fish with the coral. You got to, you know, it's actually can't, you know, they benefit the water. You know, you feed the fish defecate, it causes food and bacteria for the coral to grow. So you
makes
actually
sense.
want fish in a reef. You know, you need the waste. The waste is actually food type of thing.
It's a whole ecosystem, and it
Absolutely.
totally makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah. If there was no fish in here, we'd have to supplement heavy with all these different bacteria to keep the water as natural as possible. You can have the water too clean, you know. But
Yep.
corals don't really like it like that. These are sweet. So some of these just came in. You can see these are all aquaculture. So even though they're brought in from the ocean, they're grown in the ocean. You know, these are not.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
wild caught, but they're farmed in the
Yep.
ocean. You can
Okay.
see each one has a little tag. So each one's numbered. Each one has almost a serial number. That type of thing. So those are what we try to get a lot. These are all from Indo. Donut corals, sclomia sometimes they're called. We're gonna have a bunch of these at Legacy. These come in an insane amount of color and variety.
So is this something that you can manipulate? Say how they have the different colors on each, like, I'm gonna say pad, for
With-
lack of
Yeah, for these you
description.
really can't. These are how they come.
Okay.
But they come in a million varieties. So the price will always depend on how intense, how rare the color is. Even just the design will determine it too. But that's how they come.
And
That's
how
they
big do
come.
those get?
They get good size. They literally can
Really?
they can get 8-9 inches easily. When they open up, they open up, they swell up and they open up really big.
That is
Really cool. Really neon green, like a Nephthia or a Sinulara coral. So that's a soft coral.
That almost looks like a plant.
Yeah,
That's
it
crazy.
is super soft, actually. It is very like a plant. Photosynthetic, obviously green. You can cut that up in 100 pieces and grow it like little trees. And it's, just go in there, you'll see. It's not hard, it's literally.
Yeah, it is like a
You can
little
see it,
bush.
yeah. You see all the polyps kind of close up and see how the color change? So I give it 10-15 minutes, it's going to just swallow the water back up and the
Open
polyps
back
come
up.
back up. Exactly. Very, very
So cool.
Frags first. That's what we call them. They're called frags, coral frags, all the small pieces.
These look like
Different.
little flowers.
Right. Yeah, those are all different polyps. Zoanthids out through here. All the different kind of polyps, orange, green, a ton of stuff. Leather corals. those guys right there. I think we have a couple others at Legacy, the small starters, to kind of test out the water. And we'll be getting a bunch more to come in different varieties as well.
Random question.
Right.
Now, can you manipulate colors by things you put in the water?
Yeah,
Or-
absolutely.
Really?
Okay. There's a lot of manipulation going on in the coral world.
Okay.
Some I won't speak of, but some, a lot of it's lighting. You
Okay.
can manipulate the coral just from lighting.
So the lights is a big thing.
Huge. You can make something redder. You can make something. Some of the reds pop up, disappear. Some more yellow come out, which makes them more expensive. But even the intensity of light can change the color of the coral. So a coral might come in green or brown. If you put it under the right light, under the right conditions for long enough, you can change it to an array of colors. So like a lot of people do that.
That is really cool.
They'll get like brown coral and then turn it. It can turn green. It can turn purple. It can turn a whole bunch of colors. And now it's more valuable type of thing. So.
It's funny, it makes sense. The question comes to me because I know you can do that with sometimes flowers and plants.
Oh, yeah,
and stuff like that. So
Right.
like another living thing, and that's
Same.
why I was wondering, is that the way it works?
Lighting is key. There's a lot of doctored pictures out there. You know,
Sure. Oh yes.
you know,
the internet is fun.
So like 80% of what you
Nowadays.
see, like look how, you know, even when you view a coral from the top, it's gonna reflect the light different, and you see more color than if you look from the side. So
Yeah.
everything on the internet's always top pictures. They maximize the blue light. A lot of times blue light will bring in a lot of color.
Okay.
And so it's kind of cheating, but not. You're also seeing the real color
Yeah.
of the coral, but you introduce the natural white light, and some of that coral kind of, the color goes away a little bit. Yes, and this is schooling fish. We have a bunch at Legacy.
Yep.
Just an awesome fish. There's got to
look
be in
so
school.
good.
These are all females. Most of the time you want to have like one male to every like 15, 20 females, so the males don't fight. If you had 2 males and 2 females, you just get a lot of fighting type
Okay.
of stuff. Oh yeah. So that's just again,
What the
Crazy.
heck?
some of this
What
stuff I
is
haven't seen in
this?
a while. So another type of anemone, just a super color morph of anemone. Again, a lot more expensive. These can get into the thousands of dollars per anemone. So this guy
is so
I mean, it almost looks
crazy.
fake, doesn't it?
It really
It's
does.
insane.
So this is soft. Is the bottom part soft
Yes,
too?
the
Okay,
whole
the whole
anemone
thing is soft.
Right, so the base is soft as well. The base, it can move, it can swell up, and if it doesn't like the conditions, it can just kind of get up and go.
That is so crazy.
That is we've had some insane anemones here, like so cool.
This one looks really cool. Is it
Right.
really expensive?
It's very expensive.
Yeah?
I don't know the exact price of this one, but I can assure you that it's definitely 4 figures type of
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Which is honestly very common.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, some of these corals are thousands of dollars. They really are. You know,
I've
it's
seen. I went to
crazy.
just even those couple shows.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I know it's a
Yeah.
huge thing, but
it's a big deal.
that is actually so cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
It literally looks like AI, but it's the
I
real
know.
deal. It's actually real. That's what makes it so insane. And again, light can manipulate some of that too. Less blue, you might get more green out of it.
Okay.
More blue, that you can pull out some red and even some purples in there. But you can see the whole thing pretty much glows in the dark.
Yeah, that's
So cool.
that is insane.
Now picture a pair of clowns in there dancing.
Oh my
around.
God,
so
that-
sweet. You know?
See, I'd buy that.
You would
I'd
until
buy
you
that.
see what it costs. I don't know if I'd buy it.
Your guy over there said that that one's like 1,200.
Yeah, so the torches, there are like gold torches, and there's torch coral is like one of those, I don't know how to compare it to like the snake hobby, but it's almost like, what is it, ball pythons? There might be like 30 morphs, and every year there's a new morph,
Yep,
and
yep.
it's always the most expensive one.
Exactly,
Same
that's
with
how
torch
those are.
corals. Like there's always a hotness in a hobby, and torches have been probably for a few years now in the reef hobby. Some of them are $600-800 per head.
Wow.
So you're like, when I say like,
And that has a couple heads on
right,
it, is what you're saying.
Right,
Yes,
like
I
that
see.
has 3 heads.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
so some of these could be, again, you know, $1,200, $1,500, and then just a slightly lighter color might only be a couple $100.
Okay.
You know, that's the
Depending on what's hot.
massive, right? And the rare intensity. You know, you would think like back in the day, if you saw a torch coral like super lime green, you'd think, oh my God, it's like right now that's nowhere near as expensive as the orange morphs, but I think
Really?
I think it's beautiful.
Okay.
If you were just a beginner
Yep.
and I said that was $800, you'd be like, I get it, but they're only really a couple $100 because again, they were yesterday's hotness.
Exactly.
You know, but they're still beautiful.
100%. That's what I was going to say. In the ball pythons, it's the same thing. Like some of the original morphs are still
Yeah.
some of my favorites.
Right.
And you know, people are like, but it's like it's gorgeous and it's
If it was
Yep.
beautiful 8 years ago,
Yep.
it's still beautiful now. That's what, you know,
100%.
people's minds are just like,
Yep, the value.
on to the next, on to the next. Where
Yep.
to me, everything is awesome. I never put a lesser value on something because of its price or rarity. I think they're all awesome. These are all frog spawns, all the same family.
Frog?
Yeah, frog spawn. So for obvious reasons, kind of looks like a frog spawn, right?
It does, yeah.
It's really, really cool. Hammers. These are all Euphyllia species. Torches, hammers, frog spawns are all basically the same family, just different tentacles, basically. But they all similar conditions. I love them. They're my favorite. My favorite have always been
very
Euphyllias. They're so, so cool.
I can see
Kind
why.
of looks like an anemone, but it's not.
Yeah.
So that doesn't have a hard base.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Those all have hard calcium base, and that's how they grow. They absorb water into the tentacles. Whatever's in the water gets absorbed and eaten, and then that's how it grows.
What are these red or pink fish?
Those are another anthias.
Okay.
Yeah, again, lighting is. This has a little bit more blue light on this tank, so these will actually look a little bit different.
Okay,
But
yep.
there's all just different schools of anthias.
Very pretty, and the little eyes that light up. It's
And
very
again,
cool.
you're viewing them from the top, not normal, you know, where we're always just used to looking
Yeah,
straight at them.
you're right.
And they're orange, you
Yep.
know. But again, the top lighting is kind of a big deal. So we literally have, there's thousands of pieces. You can see where it just never ends. Every color, every shape.
No, you guys, let me tell you, you guys have
it's
so
insane.
much stuff. This one's really cool. Literally looks like another flower.
Yeah, it's a Cyneria. Yeah, these are all hard corals,
It's like
all
a daisy.
LPS. And these come in orange and almost, you can see through it almost, and you can see the underlying layer. So it's very, again, lighting is key. The fluorescence, everything. This guy's, I still can't
I
get
know,
it.
from over here, it's
so
just
cool.
glowing. It's
It's so
literally
cool.
glowing. Oh, you got a little one here, too.
Little guy, yeah.
Yeah.
There's another frog spawn. Again, if you really get close, you really see it. Absolutely looks like a frog spawn. Such a cool.
Do you have an online store?
Yeah, so we're online. Yeah, so we ship all throughout the U.S. We wholesale kind of during the week type thing here, and we're open to the public Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, yeah, the DetroitReefClub.com. It has all these corals. Also, it's kind of like what you see is what you get. We literally have pictures of the exact coral you're getting, so there's no like manipulation. You see exactly what it is, the size, and then you get shipped that. So there's a lot going on here. All these are just snails and hermit crabs. Again, all these.
Hermit
Gotta
crabs.
have them.
Nice.
Gotta have them. So these are the workers, right? All the unsung heroes of the reef. They do all the cleaning, algae. You gotta have all these snails, hermit crabs. We got some of those guys.
Yes, yes. What are those again?
Those are feather dusters.
Feather dusters, that's what
So
it
I
is.
put some in the seahorse.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
why not? You
Uh-huh.
know, they're cool. They're a filter feeder. It just creates more life and interest in that exhibit.
They're so weird.
They are so weird. They come in a lot of colors too. It's
That's
pretty
cool.
cool. These are long tentacles, so a whole bunch of.
Yeah.
You can see the lighting's a little bit different here. See how it plays off that?
Yeah.
These are long tentacle anemones. Clowns love them. You can see there's a pair of tomato clowns living in there right now.
Oh my god,
And
those
they will-
are really cool.
And they will get aggressive. You get close to that, they will really defend that anemone. 'Cause
Really?
They know.
That's their home,
Yeah,
huh?
they're untouchable in there. There's nothing that's going to mess with anemones in there. You see those
He's
guys.
popping
They're really
out,
cool.
yeah.
But again, you see they just propagate, they grow like crazy. These get a little bit bigger. I love these guys. I like the long tentacles. I like
Yeah.
these, maybe even a little bit better than the bubble tips myself, because it just looks more
It
traditional,
gives
you might
you a
say.
little more movement and
Right.
stuff too.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
tank.
exactly. Very, very cool. There's a few yellow tangs in here. Some of
Yeah.
these have been here for a long time.
Really? I saw one over there too, yeah.
These have been here since before Hawaii was shut down. So these are Hawaiian yellow tangs, which we don't sell them because they're so rare now. We just rather keep them as
They're
pets.
more
and
pets,
so,
yeah.
Right. And so you can't get anything from Hawaii right now. So yellow tangs are like literally gold, you know,
Yep.
it's insane. So this tank has, I think it has our special treat if he's gonna come out for us. He's being shy, but this is, it's the rarest fish in here by far, and ever has been in here. This is the Neptune grouper. Neptune grouper. Probably the rarest grouper in the hobby. These guys are, when you when you see the price, I don't think you'll believe it. We actually have them cheaper than anybody, and that's $12,000. I know, Laura, you want 2 or 3.
No, I don't.
Not gonna happen.
I don't think I'd sleep at night
Yeah,
having one, let alone two.
We weren't sleeping when we picked them up, but It's crazy. They can literally go up to about $20,000 each. If you scan the internet right, you'll see them anywhere from like $15,000 to $20,000. It's literally the rarest. It's one of those for the high-end collector. It's for the guy who has everything type of thing. So these guys, like, why do they cost so much? Besides, they're almost never collected. It's because they're collected from anywhere from 300 feet all the way to 800 feet deep. So they're a super, super deep water animal, which is crazy how colorful. So the process of diving and collecting them and decompressing them, you know, and the rate of people.
You wouldn't think about that, but it makes perfect sense, right? Just like we, you know, if we go deep, we have to do that. Like the fish has to do the same thing. So that adds so much more
time.
Yeah.
And just all expertise. This is expertise, collection, shipping, handling, everything is on expert level with these guys. So you just don't see them collected. And when I saw them, I was like, I don't know, you know, because it's so much loot, you know, right? But then I saw a video, and it was this exact one. I was like, gotta have it, screw it, you know what I mean? So I couldn't believe how beautiful, it's just a gorgeous fish. It's insane.
Now what's that one next to it?
So these guys are cool. These guys I might bring to Legacy. So I brought these in too. They came in huge. They're also deep water squirrel. They're one of the most expensive, rarest squirrel fish.
It's a squirrel fish?
It's a squirrel fish. Look at that.
I mean, I see the big
crazy?
eyes like the
Right.
other, but I would not have thought it in the same family as the
Same
ones
thing,
we
like-
have. But I'm in love with the face.
Dude.
Like he looks so angry.
It's all eyes and mouth on
Yes.
these guys. Half the body is in mouth.
Oh, look at yeah.
These guys are huge. So I saw
That is cool.
They sent videos of them, and I honestly they looked about half the size. And then when they came in, I was like, oh my god.
Super happy, yeah.
Super rare. Again, another one. They're deep water, deeper than normal squirrels, so their price tag is a little bit more. They're a little harder to keep, so we're really kind of taking our time. I think there's 4 or 6 in here.
Really? Okay.
And I was thinking about getting maybe a trio of them and maybe put them in the eel tank is what I was kind of thinking.
Okay.
So I don't want to put them with the other squirrels.
So then we could actually see them.
Right.
Because they're not going to really get high like the eels do in that tank too.
They like a little lower light, so we can dim it.
Okay.
Same with the eels, and I think they'll show off real well, and they're not going to fight with anything. It's just a rare fish. To have
Is
rare
that
fish.
full size?
No, they get bigger than that.
Really?
But that's pretty good size. That's
Yeah,
still got 4 inches. You can see one over there.
Gosh, yeah.
Underneath there.
Oh my
So
gosh.
they are so cool.
Dude, you
So
have
sweet.
some cool stuff. This is so neat.
Look at this guy.
Whoa. That is crazy.
He'll get me.
The colors are amazing.
So I get bit 12 times a day, but it's worth it.
Of course. Now, do you ever hand feed?
Well, you can have those guys eat very aggressively.
Okay.
You can stick feed hands. These guys are ferocious. Luckily, he's been eating really, really well, and he's just a beautiful fish. I don't want to mess with the rock too much, but
Yeah.
but he's not like crazy. They just like it on the lower light side. It's really just what it is. Well, how beautiful is that? I mean, is that amazing?
It really is. It really, really is.
How cool is he?
I mean, I tell you what, you have to appreciate like the ocean and all that, and
It's
how much
amazing.
stuff lives there that we don't even know, or that we just keep coming across.
And
Like,
to think something like this is 800 feet down.
yeah,
Just
that's
think about that.
insane.
It's absolutely insane. You know, that's a 80-story building down like,
Yeah,
and they
but
look
down,
like that.
right? I know.
You know?
So
in
amazing.
pure darkness. You know, it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah, that.
I've never seen color that intense. Look at this guy.
I
He's
know.
not-
He's like,
he's
look
no
at
joke.
me. Yeah.
He's no joke.
Yeah, that thing is definitely.
Neptune grouper.
Yeah.
Buy a
Ooh.
car or you can buy a grouper.
You know, it's really hard. It's
It's-
such a hard decision, right? Why don't
for
you guys?
fish people.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you guys tell us if you
Yeah.
could choose car or Neptune grouper?
Right.
What would you choose?
I'm taking the grouper. I already made my choice. I got the grouper.
I'm telling you what, I'm in love with this
So
too.
cool.
I really am.
know.
The big old eye, like
Yeah,
it's
and they're
so
sweet
cool.
looking. The color is great
Yeah.
too. So I thought maybe like 3 of those in that tank, because that tank is kind of like they hide a lot, and it's a dark tank. It's kind of like that type of look, you know, like a deep
I
water
think that
look.
would look really cool.
These
Yeah.
guys are red. We'll really blue out the light a little bit, and we'll bring out the red in them, and they're just
Yeah.
so kind of a prehistoric.
I was
deep
just
water
gonna
look,
say that
you
they
know?
just look They do. They look so weird and different that people are going to trip out about just
The
that.
size of that eye,
I
dude.
can't stop
It's so
looking at
stupid.
it. I know.
It's 3 times the size of a fish, twice its size, you know? And you still can't see.
But that's why I love it.
It looks like bubbles.
Yeah.
What is this fish right here? This fish got me blushing.
Oh, is it the tang?
That's a tang.
Those little tang, or am I looking at the same?
With like the white and the orange. And the
Oh, maybe I didn't see him.
Oh, him.
Oh,
right
that-
there.
Oh, this guy. I forgot we even had
So
him.
cool.
This guy.
This one?
Super special.
Yeah.
It's an Achilles tang. This is one of the very hard to keep. It's a scaleless tang. A lot of tangs are scaleless.
Scaleless?
Scale, so there's no scales. It's like
Really?
a smooth body. I mean, so is a blue
Okay.
tang. So what makes them a little bit difficult is because of that. But they get parasites a lot easier. They don't have the scales to protect them. There's no barrier there. He is beautiful. I forgot. Look at this guy. Achilles tang.
Wow.
Look at black. Again, you see them from a lot of oceans. They're in Hawaii a lot. But as you just saw, they can be pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
He's huge. He's a monster size.
And you had him for a
specimen.
while?
We've
Or
had
he's
this
new?
guy, I think this guy's only a couple weeks.
Okay.
A couple weeks, to be honest. We've had smaller ones for a while. Great fish. I don't know if I'd put him in the reef tank just because I don't want to take a chance of them becoming too aggressive. But if I see a small one, I think we would try a small one, not one this size. But when
That
you
is
see a
so
fish
pretty.
that black with the orange
Yes.
teardrop, gorgeous fish. That
That
fish is
is
super,
really
super
cool.
cool. And he's in this tank, one for the high flow and a ton of algae. Because that's all he's doing is eating a lot of the chloropa that's growing here. You can see it. We actually grow it in the windows. You see the windows?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We have water flowing through it, so that's like a filter, but then we get to grow it and then feed and people buy it all that kind of shit.
Smart.
There's a
Smart.
few tang in there too. Yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah,
guy,
there he is.
he's killing. So that's actually a little bit different too. If you look closely, it looks like a regular blue tang, but it's an African yellow belly.
I was just going to say it has
Right.
yellow on it.
So these are like 3 times the price of a regular dory, you might say. So they're specific because they have the yellow belly and it's specific from Africa. Very cool. That's like a primo blue tang. You don't see them too often. And until you like kind of put them next to each other, you'll see
It was funny because before you were starting to say it, I was looking at it thinking it looked different. Yes,
right.
yes.
You're used to see because you've seen the blue tangs.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. But then you add that little hue of
Yep.
orange, yellow at the
It
bottom.
almost just pastel, yeah.
And as they get bigger, it gets yellower. So it almost becomes a solid yellow base at the bottom. Very, very cool. That Achilles tang is funny.
He,
He is so sweet, so cool.
then you got this guy here.
Yep, we know that guy,
Yep.
clown trigger. Which is crazy, is like triggers and reef tanks, but realistically, if you keep them well fed, they don't really do that much damage to the corals themselves. However, certain invertebrates, shrimps, stuff like that, they're gonna just tear up. And I've seen niger triggers in a lot of reef tanks. You just can't put certain crustaceans with them inverts, but they're not gonna mess with too many other fish. They're almost never really mess with the coral. So it's pretty cool to have such an aggressive fish in a reef environment, a little bit different.
It's just so beautiful. The
It's so-
markings on
oh.
those is crazy.
That's the coolest trigger in the game. I love that thing. And what a great name. It
Yeah.
really is exactly that. So.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
there's a little tour of DRC. Every month, if you came here, you'd see all new animals, different stuff all the time. We get shipments all the time. It's cool to have this because I get to bring in stuff and quarantine it here and really watch it every day before taking it to Legacy and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like a 10,000 gallon quarantine facility for us.
It's
you know?
a huge advantage, and
really
it's
is.
just a really cool thing and another addition. If you're into all this cool stuff, this is an awesome place to be able to purchase and get stuff shipped.
Yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's a huge thing.
Yeah, we have the
And,
largest selection of live coral in Michigan, you know. So originally we weren't going to do retail, but we saw such a lack
Yeah.
of availability in the retail market in Michigan. Unfortunately, I think COVID messed up a lot of that. So we do 3 days a week here to the public, so anybody can come in and check it out, and you'll see stuff that's just not available anywhere else.
I think it's definitely worth coming out here. I think honestly, I'm going to put it into my rotation. Come
Right.
out at least every couple months.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting new stuff all the time.
Yeah,
so
every time we get a shipment, we'll have you guys come by and see some cool stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm here every
I
day.
love it.
It's my third home.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.